So let's recap through halfway through. Taking care of an old man, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look out for people who take advantage of old people. That's what you're supposed to do. I did that. I reported it multiple times. That division of the state of Georgia contacts the local division of the city, Holly Springs, and they're supposed to step in when apparently Adult Protective Services can't do anything, and apparently they can't do anything anyway ever. It has to be law enforcement. I was told that by someone at APS. Even if they do see it, the only thing they can do is if it's bloody, nose, broke arm, or whatever, immediately they call law enforcement, and of course law enforcement does something. So, Jesus, go on. Anyway, reported it, was told, yes, there's clear evidence of financial abuse by financial records I provided to this last year, to where they didn't even call me. I had to call back 2 weeks later. The lady acted like she didn't want to be bothered. Had more evidence for her, called her 4 or 5 times, then called the main department number to tell them she wasn't calling me back. Could they send a supervisor? They did not. They brought her. She was apparently a supervisor. I don't know if she's supervising herself, but alongside with Holly Springs. Then they started grilling me of how many bills I'm running up in the house. I reported theft. I reported harassment. I had multiple over 10, 20 pages of harassing notes. They harassed me with a rabies vaccine, by getting their cats done and then calling the cops on me later. I mean, the next day, actually. They got their cats vaccinated. Called the cops the next day, sit on the porch and watched it happen. When I brought that up, the officer's like, I ain't doing this tit for tat thing. I said, ma'am, look, they're trying to get me out of here so they can finish their job, so they can kill him. I ain't doing this tit for tat thing. She goes up, talks to them, and asks them about the cats, because I told her that they're not vaccinated. And that's how I found out they were, because they did it the day before. They had the vaccination in their hand as the police officer was talking to them, or asking them about it. So they harassed me with the cops. They harassed me with letters and notes to where I almost committed suicide. They broke into my room whenever I left due to the harassment, only to come back to have evidence stolen, and then have a detective tell me that she's not going to do anything. It's Grady's house, and later find out that what she did do, and it was something you would do on a cartoon show. She asked the first person that was there, the convict. He stated his statement, which Grady was concerned about the electric bill and my lights being on. So Mr. Ty broke into my room and turned them off, alongside stealing the DVR cameras, video, Dremel, gold, diamonds, on and on and on. And so she talked to him, blatantly ignored that there was an extra person on the police report that stated he was going to move in there, and allowed the convict felon state that it was just me, him, Terrell, and Grady that has ever been in the house. It's right there above where she interjected her ruling or her investigation, and that was nothing was stolen due to 3 different stories. Well, Miss Detective, you don't do a very good detective job, because there was 5 people in the house. One was there right the day that your officer was writing out the report that you read from, that you asked questions about, and allowed a felon to tell you a lie. And then the harassment, you didn't want to do anything about that. The blatant ignoring me, I've come into my possession all the reports, any and all reportings that I had reported to the city. And one of them is an audio of her coming to the house after they got the eviction, asking Grady if I was treating him bad. And Grady's like, no, he's in there asleep in his room. But you get him? She said, no. So after about 7 minutes of asking and telling him that we thought he was going to treat you bad, or this was going to end bad. No, that's what you were trying to put in his head, that it was going to be bad. But pretty much at the end of the conversation, she says, you don't have to let me out. Don't worry about it. I will let myself out. She proceeds to go out the kitchen door, out the porch door, out into the field, the yard, and start screaming my name twice, looking for me on audio only, not video, and states, just like you're staging some kind of thing to make people think that you're doing your job. Yells for me twice out in the yard or in the field, then states that, well, your truck's here, but you're not. I guess you're not. I don't know where you're at. Oh, well. Why was you out in the yard looking for me when I was in my bedroom? When Mr. Payne told you just 7 minutes prior, I was in my bedroom asleep. You passed by the door to get to my bedroom. You passed by that door. Why didn't you knock on the door? Why did you go out and pretend you were looking for me? Is it because you didn't want to talk to me? You didn't want to do anything? You didn't want any bad marks in the city? You didn't want any crime that I was reporting? You didn't want to have to put that down on your mark so you couldn't get your little plaque of the safest city in Georgia? Safest for who? Felons and convicted felons and prisoners and parolees, I guess. Because I'm homeless now. I've lost everything. Thanks, Miss Conrad, because you're going to see me in court. And you better get ready to let go of the other 3 videos that I requested that you are not allowing to let be released, or you claim the password to watch the video that is controlled by the Department of Holly Springs. Evidential video that the Department of Holly Springs solely controls. You cannot give me the correct password to watch the video, because you have to watch it on a specific video platform, I guess. But the video will not play because of a password that is incorrect. All 3 of them. So I think my attorney has requested it again, and you've not responded. So you did your duty of giving away the evidence that you had to in the 3-day period. There's no law, I guess, maybe there is, that you have to make sure that it's presented legibly. I don't know. ChangeTheLaw.com for all. ChangeTheLawForAll.com. That's why this is here. Because apparently, she did her job. She gave up all the reports in 3 days. That's the where you can, the Freedoms of Information Act. You have to give this stuff up in 3 days. So she attempted to give it up, but gave wrong passwords for the raw real evidence that would show that you dropped the ball. So anyway, that's a synopsis of it. The second video to the synopsis of the ending to the present will be in this another video.